Hello, my friends. This is the art of prepping. Let's look at another bracelet that I made earlier, or what I like to call a wristband. So this could be a survival wristband. And this particular configuration is called a King Cobra. And so what I used was on the base, I just used a Type 3 paracord, 550 Type 3. And then on the outer layer, I used a Type 1. And so it gives a nice look to it, and it's nice and still compact. So I just wanted to show you the difference between Type 3 and Type 1 paracord. So on the top here, this top strand is Type 3 and the bottom strand is Type 1. So you can see there's a diameter difference for sure. And the two little small hanks here I have on the left are Type 3, and then the two small spools on the right are Type 1. Now, Type 1 paracord is typically called tether cord. There's a lot of other names too, but typically a tethering cord. And so Type 1 typically has a rating of around 90 pounds versus the two over here, which basically have about 550 pound test. That's what they call it, 550. And so there's a big difference. Once again, the diameter here is definitely different, but they're both made of nylon and they're both made to military specs. Now, this one right here, second to the left, has the 3M reflective threads. They call it tracer threads. And you can get them, I've seen them as many as two tracer threads and even three in some of them. They just have different types. So anyways, this is just an example of some cording here that I would recommend once again. And so I want to show you another spool. So this is a Type 1 paracord on a different type of spool system. This is a mini spool. This is a 400-foot spool of Type 1. This is made to mil spec for tether cord or Type 1 specifications. The manufacturer does label this, though, as a 2 millimeter accessory cord. So there's different names for it. This one's in a forced coloration with a red tracer. If that comes out okay there, you can see there a red tracer there. It is not glow in the dark and it does not reflect, but it does have just a little bit of a tinge in the thread. There's a little bit of purple and black mixed in with the forest green, and then of course the most obvious is the red that stands out. So that's just kind of what it looks like. This is pretty cool stuff. I don't use this coloration a lot. I don't really particularly like the tracer look. I do have others that have a more subdued look, and I kind of like that. I like more earth tones and things like that, but I just wanted to show you this. This is, of course, made by a U.S. manufacturer that makes paracord for the military. This is my Paracord travel kit. I don't really take this a lot when I go out to different cities if I go on a road trip. But sometimes it's nice if you have a little bit of downtime, if you're going somewhere, maybe going to the lake, and maybe you don't want to fish the entire time. You may just sit by the bank of the lake and make a few things out of paracord. So this is my little kit. So if you can see, I had it in a small eyeglass microfiber case. And of course, it's contained in this standard size Altoids container. Inside, I just have a piece of inner tube, which I can make some Ranger bands out of. I have a lighter to melt the ends of any kind of loose ends on my paracord projects. I got some safety needles, some sewing needles, small pieces or lengths of paracord. I also have a small multi-tool, which has a blade and a small scissors. And there's probably a few other things in there, but basically it's just a little kit to help me make some things. Hey, thanks for coming along. You guys take care.